Next we shall discuss the application of nonlinear differential equation in ISLM model. ISLM model is a topic of macroeconomics which is not in your syllabus. So first let me explain ISLM model in a brief manner. ISLM model considers two markets, the goods market and money market. Now goods market equation can be written as y is equal to CY plus IR plus government expenditure. So this is basically the national income accounting equation, and it says that aggregate supply, that is the total amount of income generated in the economy, is equal to the total consumption plus total investment and total government expenditure of the economy. Now C is a function of Y, so this is consumption, this is investment and this is government expenditure. Now C is a function of income, investment is a function of rate of interest, and G is autonomous. So G is exogenous, it is given from outside. Now here the assumption is that C prime Y, that is C dash Y, that is if we take the derivative of consumption with respect to Y, then C dash is greater than 0. So that is basically we are saying that the MPC, the marginal propensity to consume, is greater than 0 and I dash R is less than 0. That means if rate of interest rises, then investment falls. So if rate of interest rises, then cost of borrowing also increases, and in that case the investors will borrow less from the bank and investment will be less. So investment is inversely related to the rate of interest, and that is why I dash R is less than 0. So this is the goods market equation. Now money market equation can be written as MS is equal to KPY plus L2R. Now K is a constant, P is the price level, Y is the income, and L2R is a function which depends on the rate of interest. So R is the rate of interest. Now this money supply, MS is basically the money supply. Now money supply is equal to the total demand for money. So the right hand side of the equation represents the total demand for money in the economy. Now this has two components. The first component is KPY and the second component is L2R. Now what is KPY? KPY basically represents the transaction demand for money. So basically it is saying that transaction demand for money depends on income. Now people have money, demand for money for making transactions. So basically people have demand for goods and services. So they go to the market and they buy goods and services with their income. So transaction demand for money depends on the level of income. So higher the level of income, higher is the transaction demand for money. The second component is represented by L2R. This is called the speculative demand for money. Speculative demand for money. So if we have excess amount of money in our hands, then we want to speculate with that money. So for speculation, we invest in the stock market, we buy stocks and we want to get some capital gain. So basically when we are speculating, we are investing in bonds and shares of companies. So if we have the excess demand for money, then we do the speculation. And for that we need money, and that is why speculation needs money. So basically this component represents the speculative demand for money. Now if rate of interest in the market rises, then rather than speculating, we will keep that money in the commercial bank, because if rate of interest rises and then if we keep our extra amount of income in the commercial bank, then we will get a certain amount of income which is risk-free income. But if we speculate, if we go to the stock market and if we invest in bonds or stocks, then there is some risk associated with it. So if we don't want to take that risk, then we will not speculate, we will keep that money in the bank. So it is basically saying that if rate of interest in the market, in the commercial bank rises, then we don't speculate, we keep that money, that extra amount of money in the commercial bank. So in that case, the speculative demand for money will fall. So L2R is related to rate of interest inversely. So here we can say that L2-R is less than 0. It means that if market rate of interest rises, then L2R falls. So speculative demand for money is inversely related to rate of interest, but transaction demand for money, which is represented by this term KPY, it is directly related to the income. So these two equations represents the goods market equilibrium and money market equilibrium. So now if the equality holds, then we can say that goods market is in equilibrium and money market is also in equilibrium. Now when we are writing this equation, y is equal to cy plus ir plus g and ms is equal to kpy plus L2R, then we are assuming that in the goods market y will adjust if there is some disequilibrium in the goods market, and in the money market r adjusts to correct any amount of disequilibrium. So in the goods market y changes over time, so we can write y dot here, which is a function of excess demand for goods. Now what is excess demand for goods? Excess demand for goods is the difference between aggregate demand and the aggregate supply. So Cy plus Ir plus G is the aggregate demand and aggregate supply is Y. So minus Y. So this is the aggregate demand for goods, and Y dot, which is dy dt, is a function of this aggregate demand for goods. Now if there is an increase in the aggregate demand for goods, so if excess demand is greater than aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply, then Y dot rises. So in that case we can say that F dash is greater than 0. So F dash is basically dy dot d e d g. So if aggregate demand for goods rises, so if this part rises, then y dot also rises. So dy dot d e d g, which is equal to f dash, is greater than 0. Now in the money market, the r will adjust. So in the money market, dr dt, that is r dot, is a function of excess demand for money. So kpy plus L2R minus ms. So this is basically excess demand for money. Now if there is excess demand for money in the money market, then r dot adjusts. Now if total demand for money is greater than the total supply of money, then we have to reduce the demand for money to keep the equilibrium, to maintain the equilibrium in the money market. So in that case, this part has to be reduced. Now for reducing this part, this L2R will adjust, because in the money market only R will adjust. So in this part, L2R is a function of rate of interest. So this term will adjust with the change in R. So when there is excess demand for money in the money market, this term will have to adjust. Now for reducing this term, L2R has to be reduced. Now for reducing L2R, R has to be increased. So in that case, R dot will rise. So what we can say from here, dr dot d EDM, that is excess demand for money, is greater than 0. So this is basically saying that if there is excess demand for money, then this demand for money will have to be reduced. Now for reducing this total demand for money, L to R needs to be reduced, and for reducing L to R, R dot R needs to be increased. So in that case, R dot will rise if there is excess demand for money. So basically here G dash is greater than 0. So what we are getting, F dash is greater than 0 and G dash is also greater than 0. Now what is dr dy when y dot is equal to 0, and what is dr dy when r dot is equal to 0? Now in the money market, the equation is y dot is a function of excess demand for goods, that is Cy plus IR plus G minus Y. So from here, if there is stability in the goods market, that is y dot is equal to 0, there is no change in y dot with time, so there is no change in y with time, then we can say that dy dot is equal to 0, and which is equal to f dash, then within bracket c dash y dy plus I dash r dr, then dg is 0 because g is autonomous, it is given from outside, minus dy, so minus dy. So from here what we are getting, f dash c dash, then within bracket f dash c dash dy minus dy. So f dash, so we can write f dash c dash dy minus dy plus f dash I dash dr is equal to 0. So from here we can write dy within bracket f dash c dash minus f dash plus f dash I dash dr is equal to 0. So from here we are getting dr by dy is equal to minus f dash c dash minus 1 divided by f dash I dash. So from here f dash cancels out, then we have 1 minus c dash divided by I dash. So what we are getting, dr dy is equal to 1 minus c dash divided by I dash when y dash is equal to 0. Now what is 1 minus c dash? C dash is MPC. Now we know that MPC lies between 0 and 1. So c dash lies between 0 and 1. So 1 minus c dash is also a fraction. So 1 minus c dash also lies between 0 and 1. So in that case, the numerator is greater than 0. So numerator is positive. But I dash, what is I dash? I dash is investment. The change in investment with respect to rate of interest. Now by assumption in the ISLM model, I dash is less than 0. So in that case, this term is less than 0. So what we are getting? Y dash is equal to 0 curve is a negatively sloped curve. So if we draw this curve, then we will get a negatively sloped line. So along the y-axis we are taking r, along the x-axis we are taking y, and this is the IS curve. And IS curve represents y dot is equal to 0. So this curve represents y dot is equal to 0. Now next we consider the money market equation. So from the money market equilibrium we are getting r dot is equal to g of kpy plus L to R minus ms. Now if there is stability, in the money market, then there will be no change in R dot with time. So in that case, if we take the total change in R dot, then that is equal to 0, which is equal to G dash Kp dy plus L2 dash dr minus 0, because Ms is also exogenous. It is determined by the central bank. So Ms is exogenous. It is given from outside. So the change in Ms is also 0. So then we are getting Kp within bracket Kp dy plus L2 dash dr. Now from here we are getting G dash Kp dy is equal to minus G dash L2 dash dr. So from here we are getting dr dy is equal to minus Kp divided by L2 dash, and the condition is R dot is equal to 0. Now what is Kp? K is a constant, P is the price level. So this numerator is greater than 0, it is positive. Now in the denominator, L2 dash is the term. Now L2 dash is basically the change in speculative demand for money with respect to change in rate of interest. Now by assumption, L2 dash R is less than 0. So there is a negative sign here. So in effect, the term is greater than 0. So what we are getting, dr dy, R dot is equal to 0 is greater than 0. That means R dot is equal to 0. This curve is a positively sloped curve. So along the y-axis we are taking R, along the x-axis we are taking y. So we get a curve which represents R dot is equal to 0, and this curve is the LM curve. So what we are getting? We are getting two curves, the IS curve and the LM curve. So in the RY quadrant, we are getting one IS curve which is a negatively sloped curve, and one LM curve which is a positively sloped curve. And IS curve represents no change in y with time, and LM curve represents no change in R with time. So where will be the equilibrium? The equilibrium, the simultaneous equilibrium in the goods market and the money market occurs at the point of intersection between the LM curve and the IS curve. Now this equilibrium is called intertemporal equilibrium. Now here we can consider four regions, region 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we can consider four different points in these four regions, and we can observe the intertemporal movement of y and r in these four regions.